Good evening, everybody. It is indeed Dustin DeBoer with the 318 Way Trek Report number 4, and I am very excited about the consistency that we're able to achieve right now. And I also am very excited about, again, the topic tonight, because the topic tonight that I've been given is something that the Lord has put on my heart to share with you in a very, very, very big way. And I can tell beyond a doubt that this message is going to be used by somebody to accomplish great things in this world. Because tonight, we are jumping into a philosophy of coaching and or counseling that literally stems from the two names of God in Job 11, verse 7. Yes, welcome back, you guys, to the 318 Way Trail Report. And for the past several weeks now, we've been doing a deep dive in the challenging words of, well, supposedly a friend of Job's. His name is Zophar. And if you think he's a real friend, maybe you need to find somebody who is a real friend, because he often attempts to counsel Job in his suffering, but he just doesn't quite cut it. And we'll see evidence of that today as we talk about Eloah and Shaddai. And we're going to continue our exploration, picking right up where we left off last week with Job 11, verse 6. In verse 6, Zophar tells Job that wisdom has two sides. And it's a profound statement, suggesting that things are always more complex than they seem. And that is true. But let's pay attention to how this goes. As if to prove a point about wisdom's complexity, Zophar kind of leans in and immediately follows up with verse 7 and starts with this exposition of truth, but there's a little bit of underlying tension to it, shall we say. Because he comes in with this question that pivots from what can be known to what cannot be known. After all, he says to Job, can you fathom the mysteries of God? Can you probe the limits of the Almighty? And this is the crux of it. Zophar asks about mystery, but he speaks about the certainty of a man who believes he has none. Like Job has none, it's like he seems to say. And he invokes the name of God, and in this term, it is Eloah, Eloah. And he uses it to lecture his suffering friend. Eloah is the name of God that is personal. He's very relational. He's the one God that you can go to with anything, any way really of being. The one who we can actually know and speak to, just like Job was doing in his deep laments, where he was wrestling with the very situation that God has given him. But Zophar uses it like a total weapon, an absolute weapon, pretending he has mastered all of God's mysteries. He speaks about God, but not with any of the humility of one who speaks to God. This is where Eloah and Shaddai Leadership Framework offers some profound insight and, if applied, wisdom. It asks us to balance two essential postures, two of them. The Eloah posture is one of relational empathy. It's about connecting. It's about understanding and engaging with those of those around us. It is the courage to sit in the ashes with someone who is hurting, as a true leader does. Now remember, that is empathetic relational connection, not sympathetic, because Eloah is empathetic. He understands and he can help you move forward when you're ready. But we also must balance it with Shaddai, the posture of Shaddai. And Shaddai represents God as the transcendent, the infinite, the one who made everything in 6 days, and on the seventh day he rested. The one who controls the water, the wind, and the waves. The one who allowed the children of Israel to cross the land, across the ocean, per se, the Red Sea, on dry land. And they crossed the Jordan River the same way too, at its deepest stage, per se. This is the Almighty, the one who flung the stars across the galaxies, even to the galaxies that we do not know of right now. He's flung them all. This is the Almighty, whose ways are beyond our full understanding. This posture calls us to resilient humility. It's the wisdom to recognize that we don't have all of the answers. It's the strength to hold the boundaries when others, like Zophar, try to impose their certainty on us, that it's just this way, it's just cut and dried, it's packaged into this neat little package, and it must be this exact way. As if God just packages things the exact same way all the time. Zophar's mistake was claiming that the relational knowledge of Eloah, without the humble reverence of Shaddai. Job, in his laments, does the exact opposite. He holds that relationship with Eloah so close to his heart and so close to his sleeve at the same time, while he still honors the painful mystery of his situation. As true leaders, it isn't about mastery or mastery over mystery. It's about maintaining a posture of relational empathy and resilient humility, especially in the face of the unknown. Let me restate that in conclusion, because I really want that to hit home with you, is that true leadership isn't about mastery over mystery. It's about maintaining a posture of relational empathy and resilient humility, especially in the face of the unknown. As we think about the balance that relational empathy and resilient humility brings, it brings to mind the incredible discussions we are truly having in ConstitutionAlive Mastermind. I can say beyond anything that I ever imagined, this group has been so engaged, and I have had to make one exciting announcement tonight about it. This has been the announcement I've been longing to make for a while, but it's finally come true. I have one more spot available, just one, to fill out all of the Zoom lines if everybody comes. Yep, we have room for one more. And if you want to join us, check the description down below, because I do have room for one more person to get on studying this time around until I do a next session of ConstitutionAlive, because we are actually at 99 Zoom lines right now. And I am so excited that we have the potential to actually completely fill out all 100. This week, we dove into session 7, which covered article number 3, which is the courts. We experienced the founder's original intent and debunked some major myths. For instance, we discussed how the judiciary was designed to be the weakest branch of the government, not co-equal, and how Alexander Hamilton himself described it as having, quote, neither force nor will, not merely judgment, but merely judgment. We also talked about how judges were appointed for good behavior, not for life, and how impeachment was the constitutional check on their behavior, which is what Congress can actually do. We talked about a few other things too, but this then turned, when we got to the discussion part, a powerful discussion in our mastermind on the difference between government-run education and public education, which would be true public education. In fact, the group of us that were together discussed that homeschooling often emerges as the constitutionally correct and superior option, allowing you to actually teach the right meaning of history and free from the common core ideas and instill authentic American history into the next generation. Now, what's really interesting about this is that when you think about it, it highlights the critical need for us to truly know the Constitution. It also highlights the need for us to know how to teach and be a part of math, reading, spelling, the basics, and beyond. Because we can educate ourselves and instill American ideals across all subjects, not just history. And when you educate yourself on the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, you can then teach to future generations the actual historical value, yet incredibly applicable to modern day documents. So while these per se are history, they're actually the facts of what we were given, and we need to study it and be able to then teach it to that next generation. Because we are only one generation from losing what we have. And this leads me to my next actual announcement, and I'm thrilled at this one. This one's gaining a lot of steam, as the old saying goes. If we were going to equip the next generation, which of course that's one of the pathways that we have here at the 318 Way, we need powerful tools to actually do it. And that's why I'm thrilled to announce the launch of Beyond Success, a 7-series leadership journey with teaching from the legendary JohnMaxwell. Over the course of the 7 weeks of the study, we'll explore critical principles for a life of true impact. We'll cover such things as attitudes, personal growth, priorities, and relationships. And then we'll cover even a deeper discussion about my most important relationship, how to move from good intentions to good actions, and finally then how to go from success to significance. This is not a lecture series at all. It's a roundtable transformational experience, limited to just 10 people per table, and it's designed to truly transform lives. The goal is to reach people with life-changing leadership principles who might never, ever step foot in a church. And to give you a better sense of it, I want to play for you a video in which, one, it explains it, and then I'll play another one in which the director of the program, Ray Popham, explains the opportunity that you not only have to go through the program, but to use it also for personal growth and development as you wish, as long as you go through the actual training. Let me play the first video for you.
It only takes one room, one person to change history. Hope starts here, around a table. Individuals from around the world gather around transformation tables as a trusted facilitator guides them through the Beyond Success resource, where they learn about attitude, personal growth, and the greatest relationship you could ever have, a relationship with Jesus. Around a table. Transformation is happening in the hearts of people in hundreds of languages and hundreds of countries as they put their faith in Jesus. You can be part of these transformations where forgiveness abounds, attitudes are shifted, and significance supersedes success. It only takes one room, one person, one table to transform the world. And it all starts here at our tables.
Now, let me play the one where Ray Popham actually talks to us about the program so that you know a little bit more about it. And if you wish to join us in the training, you can.
Hi, I'm Ray Popham, and I want to share with you an exciting transformational leadership movement from Equip, a nonprofit leadership development organization that was founded by Dr. John C. Maxwell. We call this transformational leadership movement Beyond Success. Beyond Success is a personal and leadership development journey, and it's designed to help people like you learn, live, and lead with good values. The journey happens around a success table that involves 6 to 8 participants. And years of experience has shown us that transformation happens better when it's around a table instead of a row of chairs. In each of the 7 sessions of the Beyond Success journey, participants are introduced to the values and the principles that are central to a successful life. These include attitude, personal growth, priorities, relationships, my most important relationship, moving from good intentions to more intentional living, and moving beyond success to a life of significance. In each session, participants are introduced to the value, and it starts with a video from John Maxwell where he introduces the topic of that session. And then it's followed by a time of learning, interaction, and discussion. Participants are able to assess and discuss how the value is currently showing up in their life and leadership, along with exploring new ways so that they can better live out that value and that principle. And at the end of every week's session, participants choose a specific action step that they'll immediately put into their life and their leadership so that they can live out that value. The Beyond Success initiative is currently helping hundreds of thousands of people around the world live more successful lives and be more successful leaders. And an exciting dimension of Beyond Success is the opportunity to become part of the movement and take the program to others as what we call a Beyond Success facilitator. Once a participant completes the 7 sessions, they're offered the opportunity to complete training as a facilitator and use the tools and the resources to lead others through the Beyond Success tables. And the best part, it's all free. The program the training, the tools, and the resources. Beyond Success tables can be done anywhere. Your community, your business, your office, your school, your church, a small group, a governmental office, or around your dinner table. If you want more information or would like to join an upcoming Beyond Success table, or you're interested in becoming a facilitator, reach out to us and let one of our team answer your questions and get you connected to this transformational leadership movement that we call Beyond Success.
The Beyond Success program is an exceptional program to be involved with. And you can see that it's very powerful. And just as Beyond Success is a tool for outreach, the devotional that we have tonight is a taste of that deep and extensive new blog series that we will be launching on our website extremely soon. The website has been a complete journey. It's extensive and complicated, and it has been one that's required us to build, rebuild until we get it right. My wife, Shannon, and I know the experience that we truly want for you, our clients. And therefore, we are working to develop and deliver on a fantastic retreat-style experience where you can relax, reflect, and rejuvenate. The website is complicated, and there is no doubt about that. But we are focused on the end result, helping you excel in faith, family, and freedom so that you can be a real success. That's relationship, equipping, attitude, and leadership success on the stage of life that matters most, your front door, right where you live, right where you work, right in front of you. And the Eloah Shaddai Framework from the devotional will be unpacked across all 4 pathways of the new site, the318way.com. Leading yourself, lead at home, lead the next generation, and lead in the world. And we'll be using incredibly powerful, proven tools to help people move through the pathway. This new online experience will integrate everything from the Maxwell Leadership Disc Assessments and the program with Symbus and Prepare and Enrich, and a whole lot of other insight from a lot of other leaders, all within a structured year-long cohort tracks for those who want to go deeper on a transformational journey. And I want to tell you this is not theory, okay? It just isn't. The entire framework is tied to a deep list of credible sources, drawing insight from leaders like JohnMaxwell, Dr. Henry Cloud, Dr. John Townsend, Dr. Gary Chapman, Focus on the Family, and many other places that are well-grounded and have many actionable steps to their materials. I can't tell you how much excitement there is, anticipation there is in both Shannon and myself to get the website to you. But we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that God's in control of timing. And we're working diligently on getting things done right, while knowing that God's in ultimate control. Just like I stated earlier. In closing, for today, just a few action steps for you. 1, if Beyond Success program is of interest to you, and you want to join us for one of the upcoming roundtables, I'm going to be having several sessions of them. So if you want to get in and get in early, please don't wait. Let me know now by reaching out to us through one of our social media channels. That's the best way to do it anyhow, until we get our website up and running for you. Speaking of that mastermind, I have one thing that I need to show you real quickly, if you don't mind. If you give me a second, I think there's somebody that wants to share something with you yet. Just a second here. Let me make sure I get the right one. Just a second here. Let me make sure I get it, because I want to make sure I have the right person showing up on stage for you, because if I don't get this one right, then the whole entire session is just kind of blown. So give me a second here. I want to make sure that I have the right one. Matter of fact, I think it's this one. We'll find out. And if we've already seen it, we'll see the other one. How about that? Yep, we got to see the other one. I know you can't see that factor, but I can. So just a second. Here we go.
You have received an invitation from a roundtable facilitator to join them for a few weeks to talk about success. I hope you'll accept that invitation, and here's why. For 25 years, I have traveled around the world to teach leadership and success principles to business leaders and secular leaders that have found that the principles I teach change their life, build their business, and make them more successful. This is an invitation for you to get better, yourself, for your team, for your business, for your family, for your community. Don't miss it. Trust me, the principles that I write about and the principles that I teach are life-changing principles. Millions of people have experienced what I'm asking you now individually to accept and experience by saying yes to the invitation that's just been given to you by your roundtable facilitator. These next few weeks will positively change your life.
There you heard it right from John himself. The roundtable discussions of Beyond Success that transform you from who you are to who you can be are available. Contact me on any of my social media channels until the website is up and running. That'll be your best option to let me know that you want to be on the Beyond Success transformation tables. Second action step, if you haven't already, please follow me on my Facebook page. You can also follow me on LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, X, and True Social. I would love to have you follow me on my Facebook page, because once I get to 100 followers, which I'm just about halfway there now, I can actually do Facebook Lives, and that's going to be something that I'm looking forward to doing as well. So if you would, throw me a like on my Facebook page, that'd be awesome. Second part of that is, of course, that you'll get to have all the updates, and you'll know right away when the website comes out. You won't have to wait for the 318-way trek report to tell you. And finally, continuing on with our theme of investing in Gen Z, that next generation. If you found value in today's discussion, please share the podcast with a Gen Z person in your life to show them how much you actually value them and believe in them. And consider getting Tim Elmore's book for your leadership team to learn to become even more effective at leading the next generation. I can't wait to get into the mastermind that involves Tim Elmore's books, because he knows how to help lead across all 5 generations right now in the workforce. So again, if you like this and you think of anybody that's especially in the Gen Z category, share it with them. And looking ahead to next week, we're diving into week 8 of the ConstitutionAlive Mastermind. And it's going to be a fantastic one because it's on the First Amendment. Plus, our Founding Fathers Friday Night Reflection, well, we'll introduce you to the incredible story of, drum roll please, any drum rolls out there? Well, not yet. I'm not up to that much tech yet. But the story is of Robert Morris of Pennsylvania. You won't want to miss it. Thank you for joining me out on the trail tonight. And until next time, always remember to relax, reflect, and rejuvenate. Good night. See you next week for the 318-Way Trek Report. And follow us on Facebook and all of our other social media. God bless.